In today's video, I'm going to be talking about one of my very, very favorite Lion King characters. In fact, he's one of my very favorite lion characters at all. And that is none other than Kovu. Now, if you may not be familiar with Kovu, let me tell you some about him. Now, Kovu is a character from The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. He's one of the new characters, and he ends up being the husband of Kiara, so the son-in-law of Simba. But I'll get more into that in a little bit. But anyway, now Kovu didn't start off being on Simba's good side. In fact, in The Lion King 2, it was revealed that Kovu would one day take over from Scar, and it's actually revealed that Scar's not Kovu's father, but oddly enough, it's scary how much he looks like Scar. But like I said, it was revealed first by Kovu's brother, Nuka, and then later by Kovu that Scar wasn't his father. In fact, there's even a deleted scene I saw from The Lion King 2 where Kovu says that Scar wasn't his father. So technically Kovu said it twice. He says it once to Kiara in the movie when they're both full grown, and then he said it in that deleted scene when he was a cub, and then Nuka said it. So technically it had been said 3 times, but it was said twice in the movie. But anyway, even though Kovu, oddly enough, looks like Scar, again, he's not Scar's son, but he was Scar's heir, which I would like to know more about that, and there are, some plot holes in The Lion King that are, being filled from what I've heard, so I'm hoping that this one will be filled soon. That really would be interesting to know more about Kovu's father and why he happens to look so much like Scar. I mean, maybe his dad looked like Scar. Maybe his dad was like Scar's twin. Because they say everybody has a twin. Maybe he was his twin. But anyway, so in The Lion King 2, Kovu meets Kiara when she wanders off into the Outlands, just like Simba and Nala did when they were cubs. That was pretty funny, how Simba wandered off into the Outlands and then Kiara did the very same thing. I wonder if Kovu and Kiara's cubs will wander into the Outlands one time. Although I guess it really wouldn't matter now, because I think if I remember right from the Lion Guard, the Outlands are fine now. They have peace with the hyenas. But anyway, so yeah, Kovu and Kiara meet when they were cubs, and and there's this one part where they start to play together, and then all of a sudden Simba and Kovu's mother, Zira, appear, and then it was revealed that Kovu was chosen by Scar to take over for him. So yeah, Kovu was not on Simba's friends list for a long time. So anyway, the 2 cubs return home, and it's later revealed, once Zira comes home with Kovu, that she gets an idea to one day make Kovu look like he's befriending Kiara, and he's going to befriend Kiara so he can get to Simba. That was Zira's plan. So many years later, Zira puts this plan into action once Kovu is full grown, and she has Nuka and Kovu's sister Vitani to set the Pride Lands on fire, so Kiara gets caught in it, and Kovu saves her. And she recognizes him from being a cub, and there's actually this one story, it seems to be very rare, where Kovu and Kiara actually meet again, which I'm guessing takes place before the episode in the Lion Guard where Kion meets Kovu. But anyway, maybe I'll have to read that story to you sometime. But anyway, so Kovu and Kiara are now full grown. He saved her and she recognizes him. And then Simba comes in again. checking on his daughter, seeing that there was a fire. And Kovu says that he has left the outsiders, and Simba eventually lets him stay for saving Kiara. And the next morning, Kovu plans on putting his mother's plan into action, but he's interrupted by Kiara because he had promised her that night that he would teach her how to hunt. And thankfully, he did, because Kiara stopping him, really, she not only saved her father, she saved, she technically, not in the same way, but she, saved her future husband's life. Well, again, not in the same way, but let's just say she stopped him from doing something ridiculous and horrible. So yeah, she saved them both, and she didn't even know it. But anyway, so Kovu teaches Kiara how to hunt, and they bump into Timon and Pumbaa, and Kiara and Timon and Pumbaa start having fun, and Kovu he says it's training, and Kiara's like, no, this is for fun. And so Kiara teaches Kovu how to have fun, and there's even this one moment where they're looking up at the stars, kind of like how Timon and Pumbaa would do that with Simba. And Kiara even mentions that her and Simba used to do that. And I wonder if Kion and Simba ever did that. I don't think that's ever mentioned, but anyway. So later that night, Rafiki, who's trying to pair Kovu and Kiara up so there'll be peace between the two prides, tries to do that, and it does work pretty well. And eventually, when Vatani, I get her name mixed up with the tiger from Madagascar 3, who has a similar name, or at least a similar sounding name. Because usually I can say that pretty good. But anyway, so Vatani didn't do it that time. Sees that Kovu had a chance to jump on Simba, but he didn't. So she reports back to Zira, and they are thinking that Kovu is betraying them. And the next day, Kovu plans on telling Kiara what Zira had in mind, but Simba wants to talk to Kovu, and they talk, and then Zira and the other lions jump on Simba, which Kovu didn't know that they were going to do this. He, didn't want to go through with this anymore. So Simba later blames Kovu for all of this, and there's this really horrible scene, well, at least horrible in my opinion, where the animals are just pecking at Kovu and trying to bite him and just chase him out of the Pride Land. So Kovu leaves, and Kiara eventually goes after him, and once they find each other, Kovu wants to leave with Kiara and suggests that they start a pride of their own. But Kiara says that they have to reunite their own prides, which does make sense, because then there wouldn't be peace between the two prides, and then, who knows, Simba and Nala and the lions in Simba's pride and in Kovu's pride probably would have all ended up dead if they didn't do that. So they go back and they stop the fight, and once Vatani and the others eventually agree that Kovu and Kiara are right, Zira is the only one left, and when she goes to jump on Simba, Kiara saves him again. And Kiara even tries to help Zira, but she doesn't accept Kiara's help, and she too leaves the earth. Which, I know that had to be really horrible for Kovu, plus he had also lost his brother Nuka, I think, the day before. Plus, Zira scratches Kovu, and he has what I'm sure is probably going to be a permanent scar, which makes him look even more like Scar. So yeah, I can't imagine what that was like for Kovu. But at least he still had his sister, and now we had Kiara, and he had Simba's respect, so at least he had that. So eventually, Kovu and Kiara get married, and it's later revealed in The Lion Guard, where Kovu and Kiara explain, what had happened, and there's even a part where Simba says that Kovu and Kiara will be the next king and queen. And it's funny, technically Zira's plan worked, but not in the way that she expected. It worked out a lot better than she expected. So, yeah, it actually, it was a lot better. But anyway, so yeah, that's Kovu, and I honestly wish I had more to say about him, but unfortunately there's still not that much as of now. But I did read that at the last episode of The Lion Guard, Kovu and Kiara were supposed to have a cub, but that didn't happen. And their cub has been mentioned for years. There's even a game I found of The Lion King where when the questions was, who did the animals come to see, and the answer was Kovu and Kiara's baby, and I'm like, but they don't have a baby yet. So yeah, people have long been waiting for their cubs. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to see them at some point. I truly believe we will. And another thing I'd really love to see is a live action movie of The Lion King 2. Oh my goodness, that would be so cool. I would so love to see Kovu and Kiara in a live action form on the big screen. That would be so cool. But, if they remade The Lion King 2, I hope they cut out that part where the animals are like trying to bite at Kovu and stomp him and chase him out of the Pride Lands. Because obviously some things will have to be different, and I'm sure one of the songs will probably go. And that's the song, that's the scene I hope that goes. Please. And I might even make a video about what I would like to see happen in a remake of The Lion King 2, because, I haven't heard that they are going to remake that. We are going to get a movie about Mufasa, but not The Lion King 2, or at least as of now. So yeah, I might do a video about that here pretty soon. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more. Bye!